Welcome back to English Edition. My name is Nicole King and I'm delighted to be able to fill you in on just some of the things our town hall has been up to over the past week. And then we'll be welcoming international residents to chat with them and find out what they're up to, so you get an overall insight of what's going on in our city right now. Let's start with that news. The Carlos Cabezas Sports Hall is about to see its options for training multiply, especially for basketball. The outdoor courts at the complex are going to be covered with a roof that will allow them to be used even when it rains or during very hot weather. It's a project coordinated with the basketball clubs, giving them more space for developing young talent. The Carlos Cabezas Sports Hall will be adding new basketball courts in the outdoor area, where 1,200 square metre roof will be installed. The works, which have a completion period of 4 months, are being carried out in coordination with the Marbella Basket and CB Marbella clubs. The roof has been designed to maintain the versatility of the space, ensure user comfort and guarantee sports practice, particularly on rainy days or in high temperatures.
Va a permitir que tengamos 3 pistas de mini básquet, pero también va a estar pintada una pista homologada para poder darle más actividad a lo que es este pabellón Carlos Cabezas. Y como les decía, para nosotros, bueno, pues sacamos adelante los 700.000 euros que cuesta el hacer todo el tema del cubrimiento de esta pista, el tema de poder unirlo.
Alongside the new roof, fixed steel slat sunshades will be installed on the sides to improve the performance of the new courts, which will provide more than 1,000 square metres of sports space. In addition, a new drainage system will be created on the western side. These improvements will directly benefit the large number of athletes who use the facility every day. 400 registered players and another 200 from the school at Marbella Basketball Club, plus around a dozen professional players from CB Marbella.
Centralizarlo todo aquí y tener las 5 pistas juntas, a nosotros nos facilita mucho el tema de recursos, ya sea de entrenadores que no se tienen que estar desplazando, de material, pero bueno, eso facilita. Y creo que al tener 5 pistas cubiertas, bueno, nos convertimos en uno, creo que es el único pabellón de toda Málaga que puede tener 5 pistas cubiertas de baloncesto.
Es que es fundamental, hoy en día el baloncesto tiene que ser cubierto, no pueden venir chicos que vengan de Antequera, de Málaga, y que empieza a llover aquí, que se tenga que suspender el partido. Eso hay costes económicos, hay costes de todo tipo, o sea que no, dentro del mundo del baloncesto todo tiene que ser cubierto.
The project is expected to be completed by next spring. A new edition of the Pink Tide, the run that helps raise funds and awareness in the fight against breast cancer, was slightly affected by the weather. Even so, the turnout was still impressive. The start took place on Avenida del Mar and the finish line was in Parque del Mediterráneo. The bad weather reduced participation, but even so, the Pink Tide achieved more than notable success. The charity walk in support of the Spanish Association Against Cancer managed to bring together more than 1,500 people. Many of them were already familiar with this charity event, whose objective is to raise funds for the association, specifically for breast cancer.
Nunca movilizamos a tanta gente como el día como este, ¿no? Y luego además tiene la particularidad de que esto es un acto familiar entrañable, donde precisamente viene gente que acaba de empezar a pelear contra el cáncer de mama y gente que ya lo ha superado.
Es una carrera que está consolidada en Marbella, siendo uno de los municipios que más números de corredores tiene en esta carrera, y por lo tanto el objetivo es seguir apoyándolo, seguir incrementando.
Once again, the colour pink lit up Marbella's promenade to highlight the importance of detecting and preventing breast cancer, as well as the professional support the association provides in Marbella for both those affected and their families.
La lucha contra el cáncer es una lucha de todos y tenemos que estar en este día tan importante apoyando a la asociación, sobre todo a la magnífica labor que realizan todo el año en esa atención a los pacientes, a las familias, a través de esos programas totalmente gratuitos.
Sí, un apoyo de verdad social para que los científicos terminen de descubrir lo que nos hará más larga la vida. Y por supuesto, en la Asociación Española contra el Cáncer hay que apoyar toda su labor.
The starting point was Avenida del Mar and the event finished at Parque del Mediterráneo, with a celebration designed for everyone to enjoy some time together.
Mi marido y amigos, nos juntamos 17 todos los años.
Muchos años ya participando porque vamos a colaborar por lo menos por una causa que realmente es beneficiosa para todos.
He padecido cáncer de mama, estuve con quimio, me operaron, después he estado con radioterapia, ahora estoy con tratamiento con el tamoxifeno, estoy en revisión todavía cada 6 meses y hoy pues nos juntamos las mujeres de la familia.
Colaboramos lo que podemos y cada vez que hay la marea rosa o algún evento vamos a colaborar.
Poner un granito de arena en este mundo para poder continuar ayudándonos.
The Town Hall's budget for the next financial year continues its approval process. This week we've learned that the amount allocated to social spending is set to increase by more than 18%. Around 12 million euros will go towards strengthening services such as home help, support for homeless people and assistance for charitable organisations. The governing team is currently working on shaping the next municipal budget. The aim, explained the Finance Councillor Felix Romero, is to have it definitively approved before the end of this year, so that it can come into force at the start of the new one. During the meeting of the local governing board, the initial proposal for the Department of Social Rights was presented, forecasting an increase of 18.54%, more than €1.880 million. This would mean that the social spending allocation would rise from 10 million to 12 million euros. The head of the department, Isabel Tintado, indicated that this increase will also benefit the home help service, which ensures a better quality of life for elderly people and those who are dependent and remain in their homes.
Un servicio que pasa de los 7.170.000 euros a los 9.020.000 con un incremento del 25,79%.
This home help service is currently in the tendering process for the next 5 years and includes an increase in the number of service hours covered directly by the council. These hours are provided to people with severe dependency, Degree 3, while they wait for resolution from the Andalusian regional government.
Partimos de las 12.000 horas en este ejercicio 2025 queriendo llegar a las 14.000 horas anuales y para eso contaremos en el presupuesto municipal con una partida de 239.472 euros.
The council is also tendering the service provided to homeless people to improve and strengthen the care they receive, not only at the inclusion centre but also through the outreach unit that works directly on the streets. The investment for this programme is also increasing, rising from €483,000 to €591,000.
Se mantiene la unidad a pie de calle, pero también que podamos contar con una ambulancia porque muchas de las personas necesitan una atención sanitaria, pero en muchas ocasiones pues se niegan a que los podamos trasladar a un centro de salud o al Hospital Costa del Sol.
Next year's municipal accounts will also support the third sector, helping projects and activities run by social organisations that improve the quality of life of vulnerable groups, with funding exceeding €2 million. Marbella is a pioneer in launching the Respiro Urbano project, an initiative presented in Dubai and Italy, which is now going to be recognised with an award for innovation in public health safety. The project uses photocatalytic technology to reduce pathogens and pollutants. The pilot test, which delivered very positive results, was carried out on Avanza's urban transport service. This technology will now be installed on the Town Hall school and university buses and even at bus shelters.
Nosotros hemos demostrado ya en los autobuses de Marbella que producen una reducción de hasta el 73% de las nanopartículas PM2. Nanopartículas que en definitiva son uno de los contaminantes más peligrosos para la salud porque sirven de soporte a todos los virus, a todas las bacterias, en definitiva a todos los gérmenes que atacan a la salud de los ciudadanos. Esto lo hemos realizado en los autobuses escolares, en los universitarios y estamos pensando también trasladar esta experiencia a las marquesinas de los autobuses.
The Town Hall has 4 environmental monitoring devices connected to the CityCon platform. Through a simple QR code, residents can access real-time information on air quality and receive recommendations for healthy habits.
Es una experiencia pionera que en primer lugar lo que pretende es que todo el mundo conozca la calidad del aire de Marbella. Ya sabemos que es una de las ciudades con la mayor calidad del aire de España y por tanto también del mundo, pero no solo que tengan ese conocimiento, sino que podamos empezar a tener una garantía de en qué momento tenemos que aplicar las zonas de bajas emisiones.
The council is driving this project in partnership with Avanza and the Italian company WeWell.
La colaboración con Marbella ha sido determinante para poder llevar esta tecnología que prácticamente no cuesta nada porque funciona con la luz del día al servicio del ciudadano, de los niños que van al cole, también con los autobuses escolares, todos los sitios donde haya presencia de personas que quieren ser protegidas para su salud y por bienestar.
Big numbers have dominated the news this week. The Town Hall has now finalised its draft budget and it will go to an initial vote next week. The municipal accounts come in at some €450 million, a record figure. The mayor describes the budget as prudent and rigorous. Marbella's budget for 2026 will total almost €449 million, up more than 11% on this year. The local government plans to take it to an extraordinary full council meeting next week for initial approval, with the aim of once again ensuring it comes into force on the 1st of January. Presenting the figures, the mayor stressed that this is a cautious, responsible budget, but also one that prioritises social policies and investment.
Un presupuesto absolutamente ambicioso, como lo es este equipo de gobierno, que garantiza el desarrollo económico, que sobre todo apoya la estabilidad y la sostenibilidad de nuestras finanzas públicas, además de ejercer como una fuerza clarísima y un apoyo evidente para la recuperación de la confianza en nuestra economía, en nuestras empresas privadas y sobre todo en el desarrollo de la ciudad.
When it comes to revenue, Ángeles Muñoz highlighted that the proposal reflects a serious approach to public finances, maintaining a policy of restraint. Taxes will remain frozen, the property tax will stay unchanged, and existing tax relief will be maintained, reaching a total of €18 million.
Eso tiene mucho que ver en cuanto al esfuerzo que hace el ayuntamiento para que los ciudadanos puedan tener con esas bonificaciones mayor poder adquisitivo. Estamos hablando de que mantenemos nuevamente por un valor de unos 10 millones de euros las bonificaciones fiscales, que le sumamos los 8 millones de euros que dentro de la política de transporte público gratuito este ayuntamiento va a seguir manteniendo.
These are budgets with a strong social focus, with spending in this area rising by 18.5%. But they're also heavily geared towards investment. This year, the council has allocated €41.2 million for investment projects, and in 2026, that figure is set to rise to €68.7 million. In reality, the total investment will reach around €85 million, because an additional annex will include more than €16 million from the Municipal Land Assets Fund. A few months ago, damage was caused to the Pasaje de las Palmeras in San Pedro Alcántara when a heavy-duty crane attempted a difficult manoeuvre. The Deputy Mayor's office is now putting the finishing touches on repair works to restore normality to this busy pedestrian area. Concerns have been raised because part of the road surface had sunk. The repair works underway at the Pasaje de las Palmeras, at its junction with Avenida Marqués del Duero in San Pedro Alcántara, will be completed this week. Although the work itself has taken barely a week, the situation dates back to March, when a large crane used to install medical equipment caused the road surface to collapse, leaving a trench. Despite having permission to access the street, the police advised the operator not to go ahead with the manoeuvre. However, the work continued, resulting in 2 further trenches, a serious hazard given that there are 2 underground car parks directly beneath the area. After several notifications to the company to restore the damage and after repeated breaches of deadlines, the Deputy Mayor's office had to intervene directly.
Finalizado el plazo, lógicamente planteamos lo que sería la ejecución por parte de la Tenencia Alcalde de San Pedro. Hubo que redactar un pequeño proyecto, contratar una empresa de construcción y decirles que bueno, pues que ahora mismo nosotros posteriormente, una vez finalizados los trabajos, pues el cargo, es decir, los costes de estas reparaciones, lógicamente a través del pacto de recaudación provincial, pues se le exigirá el pago a la empresa.
The sunken roadway had caused concern among both residents and pedestrians, as this is a very busy commercial area.
Trabajos que han consistido fundamentalmente en arreglo, por debajo van las canalizaciones de agua, de abastecimiento de agua, ha habido que arreglar tuberías de abastecimiento de agua, válvulas de este abastecimiento y a su vez también hay que decir que por un lado el relleno y la compactación de las zanjas, hormigonado de seguridad al estar los aparcamientos abajo y finalmente la renovación de toda la pavimentación.
The Deputy Mayor's office remains vigilant, as the same company will need to bring in another large crane to install a second piece of equipment. Final touches are being made to the building that the Andalusian regional government and the town hall will be dedicating to affordable youth rental housing on Travesía Huerta de los Cristales. The aim is for the first tenants to move in at the beginning of 2026. It's a major opportunity as the monthly rent will be around €150. The youth rental housing project, located in the former Official School of Languages building on Calle Huertas de los Cristales, has reached its final stage. The renovation, funded entirely by the Town Hall, is now complete, with only a few final details pending, mainly fitting the kitchen units and installing utilities.
Acaba de dar el visto bueno, en este caso, para la electricidad. Estamos terminando con el tema de la recepción de los elevadores. Se está haciendo también con la empresa que resultó adjudicataria todo lo que es el equipamiento de las cocinas, porque los apartamentos se entregan perfectamente equipados.
The expectation is that contracts can be formalised in the coming weeks, allowing tenants to move in over the course of 2026.
Son 18 viviendas, todas exteriores, repartidas en 4 plantas de 1 y 2 dormitorios con climatización y cocina completamente equipada.
The entire building has been refurbished, modernised and adapted to create apartments specially designed for young people looking for affordable rental options.
Estamos hablando de unos precios de en torno a 130, 150 euros de alquiler, donde se le permite, y el objetivo es que para esas personas, durante un plazo determinado, que pueden ser 2 o 3 años, puedan estar teniendo un alquiler muy bajo de lo que es el precio de mercado y que les pueda suponer que puedan entrar con el ahorro que ese alquiler van a tener, que puedan tener después la hucha suficiente para entrar a adquirir o bien para poder alquilar en cualquier otro lugar del municipio.
The first session of the Children and Youth Council's new term took place this Thursday. More than 70 pupils from 36 schools have officially taken up their roles for the months ahead. They'll be putting forward ideas and proposals that will be later debated. Marbella is honouring its commitment to listen to young people and take their needs into account.
Con el curso escolar ya iniciado, el Consejo Municipal de la Infancia y la Adolescencia ha echado a andar oficialmente. Los representantes escolares han celebrado en el Ayuntamiento su primer pleno.
At the Town Hall, school representatives have held their first plenary session. 72 councillors from primary and secondary schools, representing a total of 36 educational centres, took part in this special inaugural meeting.
Me encanta porque yo sé que es dar voz a los niños, los cuales, bueno, están más callados porque, claro, aquí solo se escuchan a los adultos porque se supone que tienen mejores ideas, pero los niños, al ser más creativos, pueden aportar muchas ideas y mucha creatividad a la ciudad de Marbella.
For students like Christina and Sila, this wasn't their first session. They're already veterans. They spoke about the pride they feel representing their classmates and the importance of the work they do throughout the year.
Pues una gran responsabilidad porque soy la única y mi otra compañera entre muchas personas.
The more experienced members also use the session to highlight the effort they've put into addressing issues that concern them.
Un trabajo que hicieron muy importante en este caso sobre el bullying de los niños en los centros educativos. Quiero decirte que refleja ese compromiso y cómo son conscientes de que ellos tienen una participación activa para mejorar nuestra ciudad, pero sobre todo mejorar todas estas situaciones también en un ámbito tan importante como es la educación.
The inaugural meeting was held on World Children's Day, so an institutional manifesto was also read out. For those taking on the role for the first time, motivation was high and enthusiasm clear.
Pues una gran responsabilidad y espero que pueda proponer muchas cosas y que me escuchen.
Para mí es muy importante porque estoy representando a todos mis compañeros de Francisco Chamendi, de mi clase.
Es una alegría inmensa poder representar a todos mis compañeros que son muy amables y soy súper feliz.
These young councillors already have ideas about the proposals they want to bring to the next plenary session.
Pongan más pasos de peatones en sitios infantiles, porque hay algunos sitios infantiles donde no hay pasos de peatones y los coches van muy rápido.
Que haya más parques en Marbella para que los niños puedan disfrutar más.
Zonas de naturaleza y también un poco más de carreteras por la zona de San Pedro.
The work of the Municipal Children and Youth Council is one of the requirements that allows the Town Hall to renew its Child-Friendly City accreditation, first granted by UNICEF in 2014. In the last few days, there's been news about the local government's plan to expand its network of senior centres. Here in the city, there's one run by the Andalusian regional government, located in Calle Panuelas in the Divina Pastora area. The Junta has invested around €60,000 in refurbishing it, an important upgrade given that the centre has some 3,500 members. The Divina Pastora Senior Centre has now been renovated thanks to investment from the Junta de Andalucía. The facility, one of 14 that the regional administration manages across the province, has been brought up to date to improve the daily experience of its 3,500 members. The project involved a contribution of €60,000 from the Junta. The regional delegate for social inclusion, Ruth Sarabia, visited the renewed centre and expressed her thanks for the City Council's ongoing collaboration in support of older residents.
Este centro, por la disposición que tenía, era complejo el hacer a lo mejor una obra grande de reestructuración, pero finalmente, no con tanto dinero, sino con un poco más de 60.000 euros, hemos podido hacer un cambio bastante importante en la distribución, en el mobiliario, en los aparatos de informática, luces y demás, que cambian radicalmente, os lo puedo asegurar, lo que era este centro y lo que es ahora.
The active senior centre in Divina Pastora, which belongs to the Junta de Andalucía, has benefited from the renovation works carried out by the regional administration, involving an investment of €60,000. The mayor accompanied the regional delegate for social inclusion during her visit to see the upgraded facilities, one of 14 centres run by the Junta in the province.
Y el objetivo que tenemos es que todos los mayores que tenemos en Marbella, en nuestro término municipal, se encuentren atendidos.
Que un mayor, una persona mayor viene a este centro, tiene un motivo para arreglarse, para salir a la calle, para quedar con otro y para al final echar el día haciendo actividades distintas, en vez de quedarse encerrado viendo a veces la televisión en su domicilio.
The Penuelas Centre has 3,500 active members and around 2,000 people taking part in the 18 workshops it offers. The delegate highlighted the strong and continuous cooperation with the City Council through the Department of Social Rights and the role that collaboration plays in coordinating joint activities for the 9 centres that do depend on the municipality. Ultimately, it's a valuable resource for tackling loneliness among older people and promoting active ageing. The local government is currently putting the finishing touches to the new senior centre in San Pedro, which will become the 10th once it opens. And work has already begun on the project to expand the Centro de los Paisajes de Marbella.
El mayor de los paisajes va a estar en partida presupuestaria el próximo año, con lo cual se iniciarán las obras, o sea, licitaremos y se iniciarán las obras, que era otro de nuestros compromisos. Se mantiene y será uno, está muy cerca, con lo cual la idea es que pueda complementar a la actividad que está haciendo los paisajes.
1 in every 4 inquiries received by this Municipal Women's Information Centre is related to gender-based violence. These are the figures presented at Friday's meeting of the Mesa de Malos Tratos, convened by the City Council. In the past 10 months, the centre has handled more than 3,000 inquiries. The Divina Pastora Senior Centre has now been renovated thanks to investment from the Junta de Andalucía. The facility, one of 14 that the regional administration manages across the province, has been brought up to date to improve the daily experience of its 3,500 members. The project involved a contribution of €60,000 from the Junta. The regional delegate for social inclusion, Ruth Sarabia, visited the renewed centre and expressed her thanks for the City Council's ongoing collaboration in support of older residents.
Este centro, por la disposición que tenía, era complejo el hacer a lo mejor una obra grande de reestructuración, pero finalmente, no con tanto dinero, sino con un poco más de 60.000 euros, hemos podido hacer un cambio bastante importante en la distribución, en el mobiliario, en los aparatos de informática, luces y demás, que cambian radicalmente, os lo puedo asegurar, lo que era este centro y lo que es ahora.
The active senior centre in Divina Pastora, which belongs to the Junta de Andalucía, has benefited from the renovation works carried out by the regional administration, involving an investment of €60,000. The mayor accompanied the regional delegate for social inclusion during her visit to see the upgraded facilities, one of 14 centres run by the Junta in the province.
Y el objetivo que tenemos es que todos los mayores que tenemos en Marbella, en nuestro término municipal, se encuentren atendidos.
Que un mayor, una persona mayor viene a este centro, tiene un motivo para arreglarse, para salir a la calle, para quedar con otro y para al final echar el día haciendo actividades distintas, en vez de quedarse encerrado viendo a veces la televisión en su domicilio.
The Penuelas Centre has 3,500 active members and around 2,000 people taking part in the 18 workshops it offers. The delegate highlighted the strong and continuous cooperation with the City Council through the Department of Social Rights and the role that collaboration plays in coordinating joint activities for the 9 centres that do depend on the municipality. Ultimately, it's a valuable resource for tackling loneliness among older people and promoting active ageing. The local government is currently putting the finishing touches to the new senior centre in San Pedro, which will become the 10th once it opens. And work has already begun on the project to expand the Centro de los Paisajes de Marbella.
El mayor de los paisajes va a estar en partida presupuestaria el próximo año, con lo cual se iniciarán las obras, o sea, licitaremos y se iniciarán las obras, que era otro de nuestros compromisos. Se mantiene y será uno, está muy cerca, con lo cual la idea es que pueda complementar a la actividad que está haciendo los paisajes.
Hero Hero, welcome to Exotica. Welcome to Exotica.
In my experience, Línea Directa is superb when it comes to insurance, particularly for expats. I have met the dedicated English-speaking team that answers our phone calls. Real people with real families who take pride in providing the best service. Whether it's for home insurance, car, motorbike, they will ensure you get the policy best suited to you. They've also got new policies, especially for our pets and anti-squatter. Everything is in English, everyone is friendly, and everyone is truly doing their best for us. Call 952 14 78 34 or go to their website lineadirector.com for further details. And now I'm delighted to welcome our CIT Member of the Week. CIT Marbella is a fabulous business networking association, and for over a decade, every week they send me one of the members so we get to know them. And this time we're getting to know better Alberto Garcia of Zoco Home, because he's returning to the programme, but the first time to the new set. Welcome, Alberto. So lovely to see you again.
Thank you so much for having us, and that's a pleasure always to be with you and sharing with you exciting news that we have from Soko.
You do lovely things, apart from having what I have to admit for me is one of the nicest displays of furniture shops I've ever seen, not necessarily just here on the coast. The way that you show everything makes you just want everything. If you haven't been, you have to go to Soko Home, because you have two showrooms in Mijas and in Puerto Banús in Marbella.
Yeah.
And they're just fabulous.
Thank you so much. It's more, if you counted both of them, they are more than 3,000 square meters of nature, healthy elements, everything to feel it at home. So that's why we call it Soko Home.
It really is, because the tones, it's also relaxing. Everything's so nice. And you have a fabulous coffee shop restaurant in the Marbella Soko Home, which is also fabulous. I love going. My favourites are the pancakes and the Turkish eggs. I'm hooked. So delicious.
Thank you.
And the staff is delightful. You have a very big team, don't you?
It is. We are now more than 70 people within the company, with a super logistics center in Malaga province, and delivering all around the world, actually, doing interior design projects all around the world. And of course, having our focus on the Marbella area, which is super, super important for us.
What is the message to our local people here? What do you want us to know about?
We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things, but there are two things that we need to know. First of all, we are facing some really, really good discount season that we will have in our showrooms in the next days. So I invite you, all the Marbella area people, all of you, to visit us, to have a coffee, to have a glass of cava, and enjoy the fantastic home decor and furniture that we have in our showroom in Puerto Banús. But we also have a really special event that we organized. This is the third edition, together with a super important organization which, for us, which is Cudeca Foundation, Palliative Cares. They are based in Benalmádena, but they are supporting all around Costa del Sol. So we do an amazing Christmas charity market in our Soko Home Mijas premises, and it's open, it's free, a lot of kids activities, a super familiar environment, an amazing spot to spend a whole morning there within a really, really Christmas environment, which is the December the 13th from 10 a.m.
Well, I have to say, having gone to the event last year, thank you for the invitation, not only were you spectacular in the presentation, the amount of money and awareness raised, the footballers there, I mean, it was very exciting, but I picked up loads of Christmas gifts. So many things that were original and that I hadn't seen before, apart from plants and the good food and the excellent atmosphere. Everybody was very enthusiastic and starting off the season with good cheer.
Exactly, and that's, we all do it. I mean, this is an activity for the company because and this is super important for us because of Cudeca. We work with them, we are totally on the cause, on the palliative care, fantastic job that they are doing. So it's an event super important for us from the heart that we are trying to spread to all the Costa del Sol community.
I know many people who have had Cudeca come to their aid, and I think a lot of us, many of us, most of us, to not say all of us, share your feelings, and we look forward to supporting you. So it's on the 13th of December.
Exactly.
Christmas market at Soko Home Mijas.
Exactly.
Just a quick thing, where do we park? People often wonder about that.
All around, there are a lot of parking spots all around the area, because the main parking area is actually the Christmas market. It's an open space, it's outside. So if we have the same luck than the last 2 years, we will have an amazing wintry sunny day of 20 degrees to enjoy there.
I look forward to it, and even if it's raining, we will be there. You have a box with you. I love that your packaging and your logo, these wonderful wings.
Yeah.
Do you want to show us in there? Because I think people maybe think of a furniture shop, you have to go and buy a sofa. But no, you can go and buy great candles and decorate little bits and cushions. I mean, you have loads of fun things too.
Well, we are in Christmas season. We just bring a representation of the Christmas decoration where you can find it. Everything is super natural. So, for example, in here, we have balls made on paper mache.
Lovely.
So, in here, you have a set in here to actually decorate your home. So,
Wonderful.
this is something, only a little things that you can find also on our showrooms.
And what a lovely gift to give to someone if you don't want it just to buy it for yourself. Alberto, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to seeing you, if not before, for breakfast, lunch, or it really is wonderful at the Zoco Home coffee shop in Marbella, but in Zoco Home Mijas, the 13th of December for the Christmas market.
Yeah, excellent.
Congratulations, and thank you for supporting the community.
Thank you, always, to you.
Thank you to Marie Noel of Marie Noel Communications for my next guest. Her name is Ellen Bergman, and I've heard of her through my Swedish friend, because this lovely young lady is from Sweden, is known as the circular economy queen of Sweden. Is that right? One of your titles, one of many?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, welcome to the program, and lovely to meet you. You recently did a circular economy forum in Marbella, which my friend Anki and Christine went to. I wish I had been there. I couldn't, but I'm delighted to have you here now and find a bit more what you talked about. What was the objective?
Yeah, we talked about the opportunities with circular economy, but we mostly talked about what circular economy is. I don't know if everybody who's watching this know what circular economy is.
I would like an explanation, please.
Yeah, and we also talked about like the problems Marbella and the area around is facing. But just to mention what circular economy is, it's basically, I have to start with the linear economy that we currently have. Because we have a linear economy today, which means that we are taking a lot of resources out of the ground very fast, taking all these resources, melting them down, making it into components, and then we create TVs or mobile phones or clothes or whatever we do, cars, everything. And then we just sell it to someone, and then we throw it away. And we do that faster and faster and faster. And we produce things to break as soon as the warranty goes out. That's the linear economy. And the problem with that is it just creates so much waste. And we're also wasting away the fantastic value of all of these products that we created. Instead of, in a circular economy, where we take care of these precious resources, we make sure they last for a long, long time, like they used to 100 years ago, where we can upgrade and repair and fix things, and then make sure that we can sell them again and again and again and create value over and over. So that's the circular economy.
Wonderful. And what are some of the principles to make this work?
Well, it's basically very easy. Like I said, it's just remembering what we used to do and then do it again, but with the modern type of companies and organizations. So we need to design things right from the beginning. Right now, about 80% of the carbon emissions that comes out from producing something comes already in the design phase when we design products and services. So if we design them to be resource efficient from the beginning, we can use already recycled materials in the production, in the design phase, and then make sure they can be repaired and upgraded and so on. There are so many principles that I can teach you about this, but it will take a whole day, I think.
And I'm sure that you would love to give us this information, but how do you find people in receiving this information, particularly ones that matter? Is it a very challenging, consistent, I don't want to say battle, but challenge, let's put it that way?
Well, I've been talking about this for 11 years in the Nordics and a lot of all over the world, mostly in Europe. And I'm running a circular economy business network in Sweden with 150 companies as members. And they would not be members if they don't see that this is something they need to learn.
Congratulations.
And, yes. And since I'm here in Marbella, I started coming here November 18th, 3 years ago. And I was coming for a conference to speak to big CEO companies of big retail companies, CEOs of big retail companies, about circular economy. And then I kind of just stayed in Marbella, and I thought I should probably tell the companies here about this too. But I started a clean tech network because I don't think circular economy is something people know about. So clean tech and circular economy in combination, where I try to gather all the companies we can find in the whole Andalusia and Marbella region to work together, to teach each other about not only the problems, but also the solutions, and also in connection and combination with circular economy. And it's going really well, and that's why we did the big event now 2 weeks ago.
Well, it was a lovely event, as I heard, and I suppose this also reflects very much on real estate, because it's only when information comes in and it's repeated and repeated that people pick up on it. It's the consistency, isn't it? But very much when we're building new apartments, it's taking into consideration for them to be more cost effective, more efficient in what we use.
Yeah, so I mean, I come from a culture in the Nordics where it's very cold in the winter. You come from a culture where it's very hot. The differences in Sweden and in the Nordics, we build with very high quality buildings with isolation. So it's not really cold in the winter, but it means also it's not very hot in the summer. It has a steady temperature. I'm never as cold as I am in the winter here in Marbella, because you have no isolation. But I'm also super hot in the summer because the houses get so hot. So if you also had isolation and the quality of construction as we did in Sweden, you wouldn't have this problem. You don't have to use so much energy for air conditioning or heating and so on. So I want to kind of have a collaboration between what the knowledge we have in the Nordics already and the construction here. But it's also a lot of waste going on. I mean, in Marbella, it's a lot of construction, yes, but also tourism. So the event we had was about construction and making it resource efficient, but also about tourism and making that resource efficient. And one thing that I talked about is food waste, because it's billions and billions of euros just in the Andalusia and Marbella region that we're just wasting away in euros because we throw away food waste, we throw away agriculture waste that can be turned into fantastic nutrients to put back on the fields again and create a circular food system.
Or to feed the homeless and the hungry, for example.
Yes, yes. But I mean, it's why now we're just putting it on landfill, which is horrible. It just creates carbon emissions. So we could just put this into production instead, that we're already doing in the Nordics. And we should do it here too. And also it's worth so much money and creates jobs as well.
It sounds absolutely fabulous. What does a company need to do if they want to get involved with clean tech with you, find out more information?
Well, so we're based in the Pool, the co-working space, the Pool. So everybody's welcome. We have meetings every month, different themes. This time it's about mobility, because there's a lot of mobility problems here in Marbella too, but also water, because there's a lot of water waste and there's so many fantastic solutions. But everybody's welcome to join. It doesn't cost anything, and it's about how can we really accelerate the transition here in this region. So everybody's welcome, and then we have some events. We're going to have an investor event eventually in the Pool as well.
Well, I wish you equal success here as you've had everywhere else. You are quite charming, and I'm sure that people would love to listen to Ellen. And thank you very much for sharing your time with us. Congratulations on your forum. And I love everything that's circular. I'm a big fan of circular support systems. Anything that once it's running can support itself is definitely worth investing in and investigating. Thank you so much. And a big thank you to Marie-Noël for the introduction.
Thank you so much.
And now a big thank you to Patricia for the introduction to this lovely young lady. My next guest, Anastasia from Metamorphose Art Gallery in San Pedro de Alcántara. Welcome to the program. Lovely to meet you.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for inviting me. It's a very honor for me to be here with you, and it's a very exciting moment.
But it's really lovely to meet you. You have an art gallery. That's a big project to have an art gallery.
Yes, it's true. It's a big illusion project because I'm a designer of interiors 15 years, and I decide when I move here. I live in here in Marbella 3 years because my husband is Spanish, and I moved here from Russia, from Moscow.
Oh, lovely.
And yes, I decided to be from another side and open. It was my dream because I'm from art family. From my mother is artist too. Then I decided to be from another side, work with architect, designers, and open art gallery for help and work with artistic people, with artists.
Is it working out as you anticipated? Is it as you hoped? Are things going nicely?
It's quite difficult, of course, like all new business when you open something, no? But it's successful, really successful, because people appreciate very much art here, and it's what makes me excited, and I love what I do, and I enjoy very much the process, work with artists, work with collectors, with art dealers, with architects, and yes, it's working very good here in our area, in Marbella, because people love art and love to live with art.
And I'm sure once they meet you, they love you too, because it's very important in Marbella, because it's also how people come across, and you're very warm, very natural. Are you an artist yourself?
I studied, of course, my first university as an artist, second as a design. Then, yes, I can paint, but definitely I have no time for paint, and I prefer really focus for my artists and promote them, to be careful about them, for show and not only technical things, show emotional part of the meanings, of the deep things, what they transmit from works, from art, and what really people need. Because it's not so difficult to go in art gallery and when you don't understand. It's very contemporary, all is contemporary, and finally it's not so easy to understand what is good art, what is not good, and the best way, what you feel, no emotional part. And when you can explain the people the meaning, what artists put, it's more beautiful process when people understand and they say, now I feel, now I understand, now I love it, now I can understand why I want to live with this inside of my interior, decorate my house with this beautiful painting. It's not like decorative kind of art, no, it's very good quality and very high selection of artists with who we collaborate and participate. Then it's sculptures, some muebles, furniture, yes. Then yes, it's different kind of arts what live together in our art space, our art gallery, and how it's working together. Then you can feel with the furniture, with art, with the sculptures, as at home. Then I wish people can feel the space like at home too, not like only gallery where you need to be careful. No,
you can feel relaxed.
Yes, when you feel relaxed, when you feel like at home, and that's the atmosphere what I wanted to do, what I'm doing, and what for people coming. When they come and say, no, I don't want to go because I feel very special atmosphere here, like at home or with the art, like it's totally different. Live with the art, you know. It's what I mean, because art it's not like a dessert what you can add in your life or refused. It's a part of your life, and it's very beautiful when you can live with this part and understand how to live with this part. That's how I do. That's how I feel, and
it's wonderful to see that you're living it. It is obviously a passion, and I was going to ask, how do you choose which artist to exhibit? But I can see you have a feeling for it. You see an artist and you just know, I suppose.
Absolutely, yes. First of all, as a designer too, I know how to, because I have a big project, and I know how to not only decorate, but decorate beautiful big houses, kind of when you can put like kind of Miro or Picasso, this kind of artist, what all the world can understand and appreciate, but also young artist and beautiful, but very good quality, not something what decorate and you forget what is it. No, it's what transmits the meaning, the feeling. It's true what you told. It's my passion. It's my life. That's how I live. That's how I feel, and that's why people. I hope that's why people trust me, no, because I believe what I do and I live with this, and I can't imagine how to live different.
Well, I'm glad you don't have to imagine how to do it differently. Where is your gallery located in San Pedro?
It's in Industrial Polígono.
Okay.
Carril de Picasa 25 in San Pedro Alcántara.
And it's lovely because in the Polígono we have quite a lot of it's like the new boho Soho areas.
Yes,
there's galleries.
It's very fashionable now. It's like in New York, in Dubai. It's industrial space, and it's true that I'm very lucky that I have a very big space with a lot of light because I have a big windows and you can't cross and don't see. And yes, we have a lot of light and a space in the air for you can really feel and appreciate the art, yes.
Well, I look forward to visiting you at Metamorphose Art Gallery.
Of course, I invite you 27th of November. We will celebrate 2 years of opening our galleries, and I invite you for visit us and for celebrate with us this special day for us.
Thank you so much. I will be there. Congratulations.
Thank you for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chai.
I think I met my next guest first at the Sinergias Club, and he has a very interesting business, the Blue Sky Studio, TV and podcast studios in San Pedro de Alcántara. Very convenient. Lovely to welcome you, Wilhelm Michael, to the program. Guten Tag.
Thank you very much to be here again, connecting with your great energy.
Where are you from? Because I always get confused, but I know that your accent is a different accent for us, but you're from a very curious place.
Absolutely. I come from the heart of Austria, from the heart of Europe, and directly landed here in Spain.
Oh, I just love Austria. I went to ski there as a child, to Mutters and Natters with my school. It's so pretty, so lovely. But Marbella also, different type of charm, but you seem to have settled in very well with the family.
I'm loving it here. It's about the Mediterranean food, the Mediterranean culture. It's as well to have like the mountains, the ocean, this lifestyle here. And it's amazing because it creates big opportunities, especially if you have an open mindset and bring new stuff here. And yeah, it's just awesome, outstanding.
Really fabulous. And you set up the Blue Sky Studio. Is this what you did back in Austria? Is this something that was just a passion you decided? How'd you get? Because the place is beautiful. I mean, really nicely set up.
Thank you. Actually, it's like a back-end story, 30 years of business, marketing, solutions for sales, business growth, performance marketing. And yeah, it's like there comes a moment in your life where you just on a different level. You just have a different vision. It's like you start to think about legacy, you start about something more than just business and money and stuff like that. And what we wanted to do is actually to impact the market, to help people grow on a different level, like same-minded people, because when you come in a certain age, you ask your question, how would your perfect day look? And it's like with who you want to wake up, with who you want to work, and my vision is like doing cool stuff with amazing people and to do it over and over and over and have fun and create solutions and create growth. And there comes the idea of the Blue Sky Studio, because finally when you want to work and impact the world on a different level, you need resources, you need tools, especially in a world today where we only process in a minute 600 bytes, but we are exposed to 6 million bytes a minute. So imagine, it's like our brain is made to read 4 letters a minute, but we get actually loaded down 600 trucks a minute in front of the garden, so you cannot process that. So it's like finding a way that your narrative actually impacts people. You connect with them emotional, not through your brand, hiding behind a logo. And that actually makes a huge difference. There comes the vision from, the mission from, and that's what we're actually doing right now.
Wonderful. And who are you directing, who's your audience to be using your studios?
The audience, I would say it's smart business people. They are already successful in their business. I would say have a company between 200 and 5 employees and 200 employees, and they actually know about marketing. It's not selling shoes in the desert, what I want to say all the time. It's like they know about business. They believe that they are not there where they meant to be. They see that they have great solutions in the market, but they see competitors actually growing faster as them, and they are looking for new solutions, corporate TV solutions, finding the right narrative to position yourself in the market. It's not just about account management and ads creation. It's about the narrative behind that build this magnetic impact, that you position yourself as an authority in the market, and that's actually our target audience.
So would you make like adverts for television, or do you do spots for social media? I mean, do you do training videos, just to give us an idea of what type of things to spark people's imagination?
Yes, I would say this is actually the tactics that we use. But first, before the tactics, is the strategy.
So you're a marketing company foremost?
Performance marketing, yeah. I all the time say, it's like, where are you in your life right now, and where are you in your business right now? And where do you want to go? Where do you see yourself like 12, 18 months from now? And then you build a strategy and line out the roadmap to bring you there. Because doing advertising, doing campaigns, recording, all this beautiful stuff, this is not the solution. It's first strategy, tactics later. And the other one is just like a toolkit. You go with your toolkit, you walk into the door and say, okay, what's going on? The light is not working. Okay, it's not about the tools, it's what you want to fix. And the tools, you just carry them with there. So the studio, the reason we build it actually to be fast, because speed is sexy, and actually to give these solutions really quickly on demand, because otherwise you have to go to Madrid, you have to fly to Barcelona and record it, which is a lot of expenses. And here it's actually getting in, start recording, lights on, and get your stuff done and start producing results.
It really is. It's very efficient and very effective. But apart from the company's 5 to 200 employees, you can also, as an individual, if you want to record a podcast, make a video for your own YouTube channel, you can do that too, right?
I always say, people come and say, I want to do a podcast. How much is a podcast? I say, why do you want a podcast? What is it for? Do you have an audience? Do you want to build an audience? Just going on a podcast and have it and upload it on your webpage, this won't drive you traffic. Neither will cause you impact. It will not attract magnetism to your market. So actually a podcast is good, but what's your market? What is your message that you want to spread out? What people do you want to attract? And doing a podcast is like a series of podcasts. You want to build, for example, authority in a market where you are an internet marketer. You have, I don't know, you are a freelancer, an entrepreneur, an online entrepreneur. You're building programs. Of course, so it's not just podcasts, building online webinars, funnels, that you actually build the advertising to attract that audience. That's the focus, what I would say. What is it that you want? Where are you going to? And then we build it out what actually could fit you.
It sounds like, say, made to measure for the clients. It really is fabulous. Wilhelm, thank you so much. Congratulations. I've been to the studios, I've recorded this interview at the studio, and I've got to test out and see all the different things you've got. I love that you've got the food truck in your reception, huge big screen as you go in, and all the mod cons and technology to make your dreams come true.
As you just said, you got the dreams, we got the system to produce results. Thank you so much for being here, for having me here, for coming to visit us, and thank you so much, really.
You are so welcome. You have my full support, because I've seen that you really are very dedicated to what you do. You take it very seriously, and therefore I think that's a good starting point. Thank you very much, Wilhelm.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And now I'm delighted to welcome to the programme Linda Greenway, who specialises in everything for natural health and well-being. Natural health and well-being. Welcome back, Linda.
Thank you.
Get myself tongue tied before I even started, thinking about all the different things you do and not even knowing where to begin with titles, because at the moment you're doing a lot of reflexology, a lot of meal plans, but you also organise amazing retreats.
I know.
And you're the wellness and travel editor of Good Morning Spain as well. So busy
we have a
girl.
lot of fun doing that as well.
Yes, we certainly do. We certainly do.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know, what would you like me to explain a little bit about reflexology, or
perhaps how you got into being so passionate about health and well-being?
Oh, that's quite a story, actually. It actually was a long time ago. Even when I was like 10, my father actually died when he was only 50 years old.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. But that kind of made me want the people I loved around me to be good. And my mum, she loved her cream cakes, and she loved her sugar and her coffees and all those kind of things. And it was kind of like I was curious about life. It's like, and also to live life, because it's like you just don't know what's going to happen the next day. So it's like, okay. And then, and then I started traveling. And when I was traveling, I just met shamans, or whatever you call them, or healers, or people. There was one guy who just did a massage on me. And afterwards, he must have done some Reiki or something. I felt like I was flying somewhere. And I was like, what did you do? And so he told me about the Hands of Light with Barbara Ann Brennan. And so he was explaining all that. He photocopied the whole book. And then I could see sort of how you can see energy, and you can see the auras of people, and how you can heal along those lines. It wasn't really my passion for the healing side, but I was curious about everything. And then, then I was in the jungle. And when I was in the jungle, before I got to the jungle, I was in Bolivia, in La Paz. And La Paz, they say not to eat anything that's raw, because you can get typhoid fever. And I was thinking, this is freshly squeezed orange juice and whatever, not thinking it's raw.
Orange juice I wouldn't think was raw either.
No, but I got typhoid fever.
From orange juice?
Well, from juice. I don't know if it was the orange juice, but I was having a few juices. And everything had to be cooked. And so I was 8 days in the hospital, and even that was an experience. I mean, the hospital, they were giving me burgers, fried foods. And typhoid fever, you're like, both directions, everything's coming out and it's not nice, and you've got fever. And the doctor came after a couple of days and said, how are you feeling? I was like, how do you expect me to feel good? I mean, I'm getting all this food. So anyway, the chef from the kitchen, from the hospital, would come up every morning. Well, madam, what would you like to eat today? And in that area, I knew in Bolivia and in Peru, they had quinoa. Now, when I was eating quinoa, it hadn't even got over here. It wasn't even a trend to have quinoa. Nobody even heard of quinoa, but that was one of the staple diets that they had. And coca leaf tea, that's another thing. Well, that doesn't come over here, but that's really good for the digestion, for diarrhea, for headaches, even for claustrophobia. So it's like I was learning all these kind of things as I was going through all my travels. And then I got out of the hospital, and my poor friend, she'd been waiting 8 days for me to get out, and she wanted to carry on traveling. And I was like, yeah, but the doctor said I'm not supposed to really do much. Oh, well, let's just go to the jungle. I was like, okay. Why not? So we ended up going in a cargo plane. I don't know if you've ever been in a cargo plane. Well, your back is against the fuselage, and you're all on one big bench, and you've got motorbikes and chickens and everything all in front of you. And as the aeroplane is going upwards like this, you're all like sliding down because you've got like one big seatbelt. Anyway, great views, you could see the jungle. And that's also when I was like conscious of the jungle area, because there's really big patches, because they've been like knocking them down for farming, and it wasn't quite the same, the jungle areas. Anyway, so get to the jungle area, we looked for the jungle guide, and then it started all over again. Because obviously I wasn't strong enough coming out of the hospital. And the doctor did warn me, don't do too much, take it easy, because you've just got over something pretty major. And then the jungle guide came at 7 o'clock in the morning to pick us up. I was like, I'm not going. And he was like, come with me. You need uña de gato. I was like, whatever. I'll try anything. So anyway, he took me into the jungle. So you had to go by boat, and he made like the bark of the cat's claw tree. And I took that, and it soothed things a little bit, but I made sure that I had it 4 times a day. Well, 4 days in the jungle, doing piranha fishing and eating Brazil nuts and all those kind of things, as you do. I felt fantastic. And it wasn't until 2 years afterwards I thought, crikey, I haven't even had like a cold or a flu or any bugs or anything like that. So it lasted really a long time, this cure. And cat's claw is really good for the digestive system, which is really good for digesting your food, really good for the intestinal system to make sure that you're getting rid of the toxins. And if you don't look after those two systems, then you can have so many problems in your body. And it boosts up the immune system. And really, I felt fantastic after 4 days. So my journey of getting into health and stuff was kind of along those lines. And I was like, oh, you know, from a simple plant, how it can just change your life. And so I'm really much into all like the natural remedies and yeah, everything's
understanding
natural.
it all. Because you really do understand. And I love that when you do, for example, your retreats, you combine this lifelong experience, but also with you, as you said before, this love of life, living it to the most, because every day is precious.
Totally.
You could definitely see that in you. I mean, you're always in different fairs and events, and you love going into, you know, everything that is, I suppose, also very cultural. And you love all the things about Spain now that you're here. You're always continually discovering.
Yeah, because for me, if you're living in a country, and I've lived in quite a few countries, probably about 6 countries. I've lived in the States, I've lived in Argentina, I've lived in Italy, I've lived in Germany. And each country, they have their traditions and their cultures and the ways of doing things. And I love learning all those kind of things. You can learn so much from just traveling and living in different countries. And yeah, if you're not doing those kind of things, you're not part of the country. It's like with speaking the language as well. It's like I speak German, or I used to speak German. I used to be fluent in Italian. So I think you have to have that to communicate and to feel like you belong in the place. For me, that's important, belonging in the place.
That's lovely. And when you do your retreats, everyone feels they belong there, even if they've never done anything like it. How do you go around organising your retreats? Because it's a mix of well-being, food, fun. You have flamenco. I mean, you always do fun things as well.
Yeah, well my favourite place is when I do it in the monastery, which is in the north of Seville, which you came to, one of those. And that is one of my favourite places, because just the place is just so fantastic. It's so beautiful. It's not majestic, but it's just like
it's imposing. I mean, it is not majestic. I agree with you.
Impressive,
but it is very impressive.
Very, very.
You really feel that you're somewhere different. The air is very calm. I was worried there was going to be ghosts and a weird feeling, but it wasn't. There was a lovely, lovely feel to the place.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for me, the feeling is like someone's like giving you a hug. So you just feel like you're being looked after, and that's why I like that particular place. And what I like with my retreats is that I like the group to connect with each other. So like on the first night, I like everyone to tell their story so then they can shine. And I think that's important. And then everyone gets to know each other. And so you feel even more comfortable. And then also with like telling your story, then someone else maybe relates to it, or they think, oh, well, yeah, I had that, or they can learn something from it. And or like in one occasion, one lady, she said, I don't have anything beautiful or nice to talk about. I'm in a really bad state. And she was saying all her problems, and just everybody just wanted to crowd round.
Oh,
and
how
look after
lovely.
her. And then for the 4 days, they were like, okay, but how, and they're all giving advice and all trying to like, yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of bonding going on, so that's important. I like to do activities so then everyone like gets to know each other even more, have more of a laugh. I like to do like workshops like the Wheel of Life, and then like people learning about how to have a better balance in life. So it's kind of geared up with, and the food is the most important. I mean, in 4 days, people just transform.
We are what we eat, and you with your meal plans, I mean, you take it very seriously because we are what we eat, and I see you worry for those of us who don't understand it and take it into consideration.
I know, because like it's also the combinations of the food, because if you combine certain things, then it can make you bloated, or maybe it slows your digestion down. And if you do that on a regular period, it's like it can make you sick, or it can make you feel bad, or it can like dull your skin, or it can like your hair can fall out. I mean, there's so many things, and a lot of people don't think so much about, oh, it's only once I'm having some chips, or once a week is okay. But even that, it's like the fried food, it affects you. And so yeah, I mean...
But when you do make meal plans, though, they're not horrific and scary. You do base around what people like and make sure that they get the things they want. Is often, isn't it? It's just how you mix them together.
I do, first of all, a nutritional assessment. So the nutritional assessment will be everything from weight and how tall the person is, and it'll go into lots of details, but even things like how often you go to the bathroom, how do you feel, what times of the day you feel tired, if you do feel tired, and then I also ask about what equipment you have in the kitchen, because if I give certain foods and you're not able to cook it, then you're not going to cook it. So I try and make it as easy as possible. So also it's like even the ingredients, if you're not able to get fresh ingredients, or you can only have 15 ingredients. I have like a meal plan only using 15 ingredients, because if that's the only thing that you can have in your kitchen, you want something simple. Or if you just have one pot, I have one pot meals, you know, so, and then you put it all in the one. So it depends on what they've got in the kitchen, what amount of time they want, because some people, they love being in the kitchen and they want to create, and then there's other people like, they just want 15-minute meals. Yeah. So I can do 15-minute meals, or I can do 2-hour meals.
And also I've seen that you can do one-off retreats. You've done retreats for one person.
Oh, yes.
And if somebody wants to have Linda plan a retreat for a company, for team building, or just for you, then Linda does that too, which I think is really lovely. And to finish off, a quick mention of reflexology. I mean, the power of the feet goes back millenniums, but you really do learn a lot and can do a lot through the feet with reflexology.
Yeah. Well, why I love doing the feet is because then I can see where the problems are in the body, or what areas of the body needs more attention. And then with my meal plans, for example, if it's the kidney area shows like it needs a bit more attention, then maybe there's too many acid foods in the diet. So then I can do a more alkaline foods, so that helps to give extra boost to the body. But reflexology is fascinating because all your nerves finish in your feet. And so your feet are a mirror image of your body. And so you've got all the organs there. And as I'm going through your feet, I can feel calcium deposits, crackly bits, or it may even smell, or so all these things, they tell me something about the body, and then you can sort of see how you can improve. But also, if I stimulate a particular area more on the foot, then what it does, it sends messages to the organ, to the kidney or to the liver or to the heart, and it gets a better circulation going, it gets lymphatic drainage, the toxins are leaving, and so you feel a lot better after you've had one session. But what I would recommend is have various sessions, because that's like getting the ball rolling and kick-starting to starting feeling a lot better.
Perfect way to end up the year, thinking about our health, our well-being, not waiting to the beginning of the year and New Year resolutions. Get on it right now.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You can check out Linda and contact her if you want more information, or to contact us and we'll put you through. Thank you, Linda. Very informative and fun and interesting. If you want to check out recordings of the programme, because that's it for this week, you can do so by going to the rtvmarbella.tv website. Or you can go to my website, nicoleking.es, for links to RTV Marbella, to our Zero Hero website, where you find loads of bars, restaurants, the casino that rewards the designated driver with free soft drinks and so much more, like my column in the Euro Weekly News, Marbella Moments, to keep you caught up in everything that's going on in Marbella now. Take care. See you next week.